Hello folks, I'm Jon Ensign. I grew up in a small town in southwest Montana. With a ranching background, I had the opportunity to work with many horses. Some of the horses that we dealt with were fairly tough. There has been a lot of history between then and now. I've had an opportunity to work with some good cowboys and ride many miles on all types of horses. I'd like to think that my education has come from the experiences that I have had and the horsemen that I have had a privilege to be around. My son Cade and I had a few horses we needed to get started. For this DVD, we've taken the colt that we felt was the more typical of the bunch. We have made this DVD to show to the public what has made our horse program such a success. When I conduct colt starting clinics, there's a lot of information to absorb in a short amount of time. This DVD will help as a guide once I leave town to keep you safe and on the right track. I have tried to cover the main aspects of starting a colt and tried to work at a pace that the horse and viewer would be able to accomplish. Please keep in mind that these are just ideas. Ideas that if a person is consistent and persistent can and will work for you. Please sit back and enjoy while I share some of my ideas on starting a colt. At certain times it may be difficult to start a colt by yourself. There would be no reason that a person could not ask for help. I'm going to introduce my son Cade, and he's going to be helping me the next 2 days with this DVD. I like to have somebody to help me if I'm having trouble getting a horse to move out. I find for myself that it's easier on me and it's easier on my horse. Throughout the DVD, I'm going to have Cade assist me whenever I get to a spot where I need some help. First, we are going to start off on the ground. A horse's power comes from their hindquarters. Therefore, it is very important to gain control over them before moving on. On this left side, I'm looking for the left hind leg to step in front of the right hind leg. If I can, right there. I'd like to be able to see him take a really nice big step through there. Right there. And that's just safety for me. A horse's power comes from the hindquarters. And I'm going to start out here in front. I might wave it a little bit. Got her attention a little bit there. But if she can follow me around here a little bit with this, to where it becomes no big deal at all, it'd be a pretty good deal for her. To start with this bag, I'm going to see if I can get my horse just to follow it. Maybe it'll build a little confidence up. So I'm going to lead her along, and I'll have my bag a little shorter. I'll have my bag right behind me here, a little bit shorter to where she can see it out in front of her. Okay, I have everything organized here. My lead rope's organized, my pad's organized. I want to try to be as fluid as I can. I don't want to waste a whole lot of time saddling a horse for the first time. I don't need to go real fast to spook a horse, but I don't want to waste my time and give him too much time to think about what we're doing here. I try to run my pad up high on a horse's neck and slide my pad back so the hairs all run the same way. We'll see if we can move her forward a little there. That takes an awful lot of work for her to buck around like that. She'd find if she could just trot around a little bit there instead of have to do that, it'd make life a whole lot easier for her. Okay, now that I've got my horse going from left to right, from right to left with my back against the panel, I feel like I'm prepared now to bump my horse to the fence to where I can start working on the things I did on the ground, working up above my horse. I use this for substitute if I don't have a saddle horse to work with. I believe it's very important to work above a horse, and this is how I do it. Okay. Now when I mount from the ground, I'm going to have my left rein just a slight bit shorter than my right rein. I don't want to bend her head. If I bend her head to the left, her hindquarters are automatically going to want to go to the right. I'm going to check out here a few things out on my rope over here on this side. I might even just check her out here a little bit, pat on her. My left hand is cupped over her neck. My left rein's a little shorter. I'll put my reins in my left hand. I'm going to put my right hand on the rein and I'm going to pull the slack up through with my left, and I'm just going to hold out to the right. And she can give to that. When her nose drops in and down right there, I'll release.